happiest crackle. What a happy sound. You gotta have the happiest sound I found. You begin to hop and the stereo's slapping. Snap, crackle, makes the world go round.
Alright. What's up, guys? I'm back. And today on the workbench, what do we have here? We have the continuation of that new Game Gear build that I've been doing. So I'm going to be removing the original screen now. I'm going to get rid of the original screen and take off all the components that aren't going to be required anymore. So we're going to just start with that. So the first thing that's got to go basically is the original lamp and the mounts and everything. So we will bring in the... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take the screen off first, and then we'll get all crazy with that. So let's just take this cover off, and that should release the screen. Plastic mount is held in by 4 screws. It holds the reflector and the screen assembly. Kind of sandwiches it all together. So here is the reflector. We do want that actually to do that. Yeah, there we go. And out it comes just like that. Okay, so now we've got, obviously, the fluorescent tube that the PlayStation was using before. We are going to get rid of that. Just like we're also going to get rid of where it's actually soldered. So the first thing we have to do is actually remove, or kind of undo this tape. So I'm just going to soften it up a little bit with the hot air. Maybe I can just get maybe my nail under it, or an X-Acto blade. See what happens. Okay, excellent. Okay, there we go. Oh, I didn't get that on camera. Shite. Sorry, guys. It was just a little bit too close. Okay, anyways, it is detached now, so we can pull it off. Just like that, and it leaves just the pad. So now, here's our original screen. And the original cable, and obviously the tape that we removed from the back here, you can see is right here. Okay, so that's basically it as far as taking the old screen out. So now we're going to jump into getting a couple pieces taken off here. Alright, so we'll go for the first one here. Go and pull back. There's the lamp. It's off. Okay, that was not so bad. Okay. Okay, I'm going to be using this stuff again, kind of just getting my opinion on this nano flux paste. It's by Mechanic. As you can see, it's like super clear. You can see like right through it. It's like a window. A little bit different viscosity than what regular Flux is. It's kind of more like a honey, kind of like it's just like more of a. I mean, it's not runny, but it's definitely a different viscosity. I think I broke that one. Yeah, I did. I did the same thing I did to the last other one that I pulled. Broke on. Okay, doesn't matter. We don't need it. Although it is nice to have those. They are basically a thermal breaker. We can get rid of this transformer and everything here as well, which is what I did to the other one. See those connections very good. Let's bring in the microscope. Okay. It's the same microscope, but I've got a different stand for it. Let's just get it kind of set up so we can see what's going on here. There we go. We shouldn't have nearly as much bouncing as you guys might recall has been kind of happening in my videos. I've been noticing it too. It's annoying. Go ahead and try and get this transformer off now. Now this is a bit of a pain in the butt. I know it. Let's start. Where did the cyber sucker go? It's gone. It's disappeared on me. Give it back. I need that. This is what I noticed with the last one as well. It didn't want to kind of play super nice when I removed it. Some of the legs came off no problem. Some were just okay. That looks like that might be actually let go. Let's see. We got most of them. Oh, actually, we got all of them. So there you go. That's what it looks like now on the top side of the board. And yeah, we'll clean this up a little bit. As always. The one thing I'm noticing is, you know, when you heat up regular flux, it like kind of turns into, after you heat it up and you like put your iron on it a few times, it kind of turns into a bit of a like a stiff mess. It kind of like stiffens it. This stuff seemingly is staying kind of that gooey viscosity that you put down, which is interesting because it doesn't seem to burn into the board the same way. It like seems to clean up a little bit easier. Okay, so next I'm going to prep these pins up here on the ribbon connector itself. We'll flux this up and like that. Well, that's it. Okay, we'll get okay, so I'm at 380 degrees, which would normally burn my regular flux. I would normally see some burn in it, and this is also showing some burn. So from that perspective, not much different. But the difference is it's not super hard to take off. It's like really super easy to deal with. As you can see, this isn't fully clean. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. And the reason is because this is leaded solder. Oops. Pin 9. There I do. Oh, whoa. Kind of like that. Ish. Okay, so there it is lined up. Now we're just going to double check one more time. If pin 9 is right, the rest of them are right, as long as obviously they're all in a row. 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's good. All good. It's all good. Gently take the Kapton off. Into the small ribbons that you don't rip them off. Okay, so this is the mistake I made last time. So on the kit, you have the short connection and then you have the long connection. Okay, that goes across the short pin. So I'm going to basically grab my side cutters, and right where that long goes over the pin, I'm going to snip that pin right underneath it so it's like flush because it's sticking into it right now. I should say. Push down, hit it. I want it nice and tight. Just me being picky, I guess. This flux really doesn't have any smell to it either. Something else I'm noticing. It's pretty sniff friendly. Okay, that one's down. Just one. And just like that. Grab yourself a Q-tip and clean. Move that out of the way. I forgot to do the Kapton tape on this one. It's okay, it's a ground. And I actually got those quite a bit more cut down than those ones, so it's alright. Yeah. Oh boy. Do it this way and then don't do it. Oh gosh. Okay. Anyway. looks good. So there you go. There's the Flux install. Done. So just gave it a little clean up there, give it a little wipe down, try and get as much of that crap off there as you can. Okay, so next is the board. So the board is right here. And this is the version 4.2 Funny Playing Kit, in case anybody's wondering. It's the full screen inset piece. The screen's actually attached to the glass, so you just push it all down in one unit. So it's not like the other ones where you have a screen behind the glass. That's actually built onto the glass. I kind of like this idea. The only thing I don't like about it is it gets scratched. It's harder to deal with because you can't replace it. Whereas the other ones, you can replace it, but yeah. Okay, so this just kind of pops down. Sort of like this. Right? And then your flex comes around the back right there and plugs into this lower connector right here. Okay, so you want to feel it fully seat and then clamp it down. Okay, this is where you need to be careful because you don't want to put too much excessive pressure on the flux cable itself. Basically, you should be able to kind of get it in, so it's like this. Right? So now the board is actually sitting on top of the main board. So once you have that, well, you're supposed to solder this onto the board. Fun. Okay, so next is going to be we need two things here. Actually, we need three things. We'll start with the big connector, I suppose. Might as well get that one done first. Okay, so I'm gonna have to refer to one of my videos for this because I can't remember. I'll pause this for now and I'll just get everything situated. Be right back. Okay guys, so we're going to start with C29, which is right here. I got to put the wire right on the edge of it there. I've already done one of these boards before, so I'm actually consulting my other video here. So I know I need the green there, so we're going to grab it. And we're going to cut that down a little bit. I don't want that much exposed. There's quite a bit of wire there. Okay, there's that one. Okay, next we're gonna do blue, which is C40. I can see it on the microscope here. I didn't get very good video this last time, which is why I am doing this all over again. Alright, so that is C40 and C42. Looks good. Let's move up here. Okay, so yellow is going to go to C30 is where we're going to put yellow to. Okay, so we've got that done. And what do we got next? What's next? What's next? Black and red is next. Okay, so those are those wires. So 2 and 3, black, red, C30. Shit, I meant to clean this before I started putting everything kind of back into position. Hold on. Get this flux off the board. She's pretty fluxy. Like, when it's on there, you get your finger in it. You know you just stuck your finger in flux. Yes, we need to run a jumper. Right, so we need to go from T10 to, what is it? T10 to T11 or 12? I can't remember. What is it? T10 to T11, okay. Okay, so there's my jumper wire. That's in, installed, good, done. Okay, so now that we've got T11 connected to T10, we can next. Frick. Oh my god, that was terrible. Okay, so for this one, we've got a black and a red on this connector. We actually don't need the black, so we're gonna just lift a little clip and pull. Kind of hard to see here. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, so the black wire is out. We don't need that. We just need the red. And that's our T2 line. Okay, so let's get T2 into place here. Like that. And T2 just attaches right actually down here. I'm gonna solder it right to this pad here. So our T2 is hooked up. I think that is it. Okay, so that is it. We've got all of our main wire connections done here. We've got the T2, the jumper from T11 to T10. And on the back we have the ribbon cable installation to the Flux, which goes to the control board. So that is pretty much it. This main board is basically ready for the screen. And we can actually test the screen. All right. Okay, so that's a successful test of the screen plugged into the board. So the only mod basically left is to modify the shell. You've got to actually cut this out a lot larger than it is. So I'm going to get set up to do that, but really good to see that it boots up and plays, and as you can see, the backlight quality is excellent. So yeah, that's awesome. Let's keep going. Okay, so that is the screen piece. It's pretty much widened out enough. You don't have to be super clean here. I did kind of nick the edge a little bit right there. My bad. I went a little bit far with the cutting blade, unfortunately, but it's not a huge deal. Most of this is all covered up, so you don't really see any of this underneath. So you don't have to cut it super pretty or anything. But yes, I did get a little tiny notch there, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, so basically, once you clean that up, this thing's ready to. It's basically ready to stick on. Once it's ready, once it can fit on there, it's good to go. Just like that. Okay, so now that that's done, this is basically you can put this together and play it. It's ready to go. Okay, that is a new game. And it's working indeedy. Nice. Cool. Thanks for joining me on this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.